Good evening and welcome to another edition of Road to 2027, your weekly election program, examining the personalities, policies, and political developments. My name is Cynthia Agbo. And of course, you know, this development shapes Nigeria's journey to 2027 general elections. Today marks another step in our special candidate profile series where we take a closer look at those seeking Nigeria's highest office, examining their political journey, their record in public service, and issues likely to influence voters as the country heads towards another historic election. Now, with the 2027 presidential election drawing closer, the choices Nigerians make will not simply determine who occupies Aso Rock for the next 4 years. They will shape the country's economic direction, democratic institutions, security priorities, and national development. Our first candidate is the incumbent president and, of course, president of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Who is he? You know, beyond the campaign slogans, popularly known as Emilokon, what has defined his political journey? And how has his administration performed over the last 4 years? And as Nigerians prepare for another election, what questions should voters be asking? We will examine all of these issues shortly. But first of all, let's go on a short break and we'll check out political stories. All right, welcome back. Now, we begin the show today with our top political stories. This week was very dramatic and very interesting, you know, video surface. But let's start from the top. Now, Nigeria Democratic Congress presidential hopeful Peter Obi has, expressed concern over his safety and the operating environment for opposition politicians ahead of the 2027 general election. Now, he said this during an interview with the media personality today. Obi alleged that his businesses have faced systematic challenges and claimed the current political climate has become increasingly difficult for opposition figures. He also stated that he might not even be alive. I mean, that was the part that caught a lot of people's attention to contest the 2027 presidential election, describing the remarks as a reflection of the risks he believes opposition politicians face. Now, let's look at the video before we come back.
Any longer. They will come that the way they are going now, truly.
Yes. So there's a possibility you may not be a candidate based on how.
Not even a candidate. I might not even be alive. I'm telling you. Every single thing I do for a living, this government is frustrating it. Deliberately so. Everything. So there's even possibility if they have opportunity, I will not be alive.
Oh, wow. That's a big
It's an accusation. I know I get frustration every day because you do things that you think they will be normal. It is not normal any longer. They will come directly and say, oh, we're doing this, but you could see their hand in virtually everything.
So the government is attacking you personally?
They're attacking everybody who is in opposition personally.
Right.
I am being attacked personally. Everything, even to provide me with necessary things that I should have been entitled to.
Well, the comments have generated widespread reactions across political space. I mean, even me, I'm concerned, with supporters calling for greater protection of democratic freedoms, while political observers say the development highlights growing concerns over political tolerance as preparations for the next general elections gather momentum. We will definitely touch a bit on that with my guest, but let me move on to the next story where the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, says it will be difficult, for the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to win the 2027 presidential election unless it resolves its internal challenges. Now, speaking during his monthly media briefing in Abuja, Wike said the party remains divided and continues to struggle with leadership dispute, making it difficult to present a united front ahead of the next election. His remarks come amid the PDP's prolonged internal crisis, which has seen rival factions emerge and disagreement over the party's leadership and future direction. Now, political analysts believe the party manages, these differences in the coming months could significantly influence its chances in 2027. Well, what does the show think about that? Well, we keep our fingers crossed. We're just in between right there. Now, lastly, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, to investigate the activities of the so-called Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council and submit its findings within 30 days. Let me pause here and remind you that there was drama yesterday at the Senate regarding, asking questions and probing into this particular situation. Now, according to a statement issued by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the council was never established by the federal government and has no legal or constitutional backing. The directive follows report that an individual identified as Adeniyi Adeyemi Matthew allegedly presented himself as the DG of the organization while falsely claiming to hold a presidential appointment. The presidency says the investigation is aimed at determining the full extent of the alleged impersonation and ensuring that anyone found culpable is held accountable. The truth is this: Nigerians have questions and they are wondering, how did a person move to such levels, such high, get an office, get an endorsement, even had an event, a why-not event that was attended by the high and mighty, yet there are, I think these are some of the questions that I have a lot of questions to ask if I'm to discuss this, but we're going to pause that for today because it is not our focus. And because we are trying to, utilize the time we have, let's just move on, right? Those are some of the political development making headlines as preparations continue ahead of the general elections. Now, our attention now turns to the candidate at the center of today's program, which of course is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the candidate for the All Progressives Congress and Nigeria's incumbent president. His political career spans more than 3 decades. He served as senator representing Lagos West, and before then, he has actually been very, very active. During the Third Republic, before becoming the governor of Lagos State and also serving 2 terms, don't forget he was following his tenure as governor, Tinubu remained one of the country's most influential political figures, playing a central role in the coalition that led to the formation of the APC. Now, that alliance will go on to end the PDP's 16-year hold on power in the 2015 general election, where some people say he, drummed so much support and he was very instrumental. And in 2023, he was elected president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and now seeks another mandate in 2027 presidential election. Let's look at his political journey. Can be viewed through 5 major milestones, from serving as senator in 1992 to becoming governor of Lagos State in 1999, to helping build the APC in 2013, and of course winning presidency in 2023 and seeking a second term right now to, this year ahead of 2027. The trajectory reflects one of the longest and most influential political careers in Nigeria's Fourth Republic. You should also know that since assuming office in 2023, President Tinubu's administration has pursued a series of reforms that would say continue to generate nationwide debate. His supporters would say they are good for Nigerians. The ordinary Nigeria out there would say the policies are not okay. Now, among the most significant policy decisions were the removal of fuel subsidy, the unification of Nigeria's foreign exchange market, proposed tax reforms, and efforts to increase government revenue. The administration has also launched infrastructure projects, expanded the student loan, that is through the NEL funds, and also announced initiatives aimed at improving transportation, housing, and digital infrastructure. The truth is this: I have questions in all of these places, which I will be asking my guests. In security, there have been some moves as well, military operations aimed at, tackling a lot of insecurity happening in the country. Now, supporters describe these reforms as necessary, but difficult decisions intended to strengthen Nigeria's long-term economic prospects. Critics, however, argue that many households continue to grapple with inflation, high food prices, and rising living costs. As President Tinubu seeks another mandate, these competing perspectives are expected to shape much of the national conversation ahead of the 2027 general election. I think I'll just run straight to having my guests, talk to us this particular moment, because we have lots of things to cover already. We have lots of things to cover. And so sitting down here with me, I'm meant to have two guests today, right? So these are public opinion representing not just one person. I have two guests today, but we're going to start with the first one, which of course is Dr. Oke. I have Dr. Oke, and I'm trying not to murder the name. So he told me to pronounce as spelled. Now we have Dr. Oke Idawene, GCA. He's the national convener of the Integrity Group of Nigeria Renew Hope Agenda Ambassadors. And when the next guest comes, we'll introduce him as well. But let us start with you, Dr. Oke. It's so great to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. My pleasure.
Yes, let's also let our viewers know that you also hold many other, positions.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Oke Idawene. I'm the messenger. I'm also a senior aide to Executive Governor of Delta State on media and special duties.
All right.
The Renew Hope Agenda Ambassadors, Integrity Group, we are 36 and FCT. And we have organic followership for the Mr. President.
Okay.
And it's good to be here. Okay. Good day to you, all viewers all over the world.
Okay, so let's run straight into the conversation. I do have a number of things, because most times when people talk about the man called President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the ordinary Nigerian out there will tell you that they are not pleased looking at a number of issues. But how would you describe the candidacy and the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Let me ask this question directly. Do you think he is good for Nigeria?
It's an emphatic yes. Emphatic yes, capital yes, in the sense that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that I know, that I've read, that I have been able to study, is a man that is a strategist, a man that is down to earth, a man that believes in Nigeria, a man that has seen the future about Nigeria, and a father of a nation that believes in this country. Nobody today is more Nigerian than President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's giving his all, above all, a great father to the nation. So I will say, I studied him. I looked at when he was governor of Lagos, where he had over 10 persons from other states as commissioners in his cabinet. He's the only person that believes in Nigeria project more than any other person. So when he said Emilokon, I didn't understand him initially. When I studied him, truly, it was his turn, because he meant well for the country. And for what he's done so far, that we're going to reel out later, indeed, there will have been no better person than Tinubu at this time that he came into presidency in Nigeria. He came in at the right time to salvage this nation. And I believe in him. And we believe in him. But one thing I must say, it takes an extraordinary leader or a person to understand where the president is headed to. If you have common 2 eyes, you will not understand it. You have to have 4 eyes, 6 eyes, 8 eyes to understand where we are going to. And I want Nigerians today to believe one thing, that look, it's only a fool that does the thing regularly the same way and expect the same result. I expect a different result. If you want different result, you must do things in a multifaceted way. You must do things in a different fashion that makes it different, so you can have a better and different result. That's exactly the approach the president has used, and he's done well for Nigeria. And as we go on, bring the questions in. Okay. I will take it one after the other.
That's fine. Now, you mentioned a number of things. He's a great father to the nation. You also mentioned that you don't need to use the 2 eyes to see it. You need 4 eyes, you need 6 eyes.
You need 8 eyes.
You need 8 eyes. Now, don't you think that an implementation of policies, things you have to do for a country that the people need to have 6 eyes, 4 eyes to see, don't you think that already that is a problem? Now, we'll first of all start with father of the nation. Now, what kind of father would allow his children to be in captivity for almost 50-something days and nothing have been done about it?
that angle you are going, I'm on air, I'll be careful what I say. That angle you are going, those children, that killing of that teacher, those children that were taken in Oyo State, I call them taken because those that did it, they are aware of what they did. It was all politically motivated. We're not going to mention names, but they know themselves. I have said it in different fora.
I like names.
In interviews, that look, you people that took those children, return them back in one piece. Nothing should happen to them because no child's life is what presidential elections or government elections. It's uncalled for. It's barbaric. It's inhumanity against men, against us. How could you go and kidnap or take children into captivity because you want to call a government a bad government just to have
my question is, why are they still there?
You're not getting it.
What is the president doing about it?
I want to ask you a question back. If I take this desk at the front and hid it away, and you tell me you're looking for this desk, I'm joining you to look for the desk, you will never find the desk. Because those looking for the children with us are those that are part of the taking away of those children.
So who are the people looking for the children with us?
Political gladiators. They know themselves, but God will punish them.
Isn't our president also a political gladiator?
The president is a political gladiator. Okay. We are all growing political gladiators. What I'm saying here is that those that took the children away, they know themselves. Even the killing of that teacher to make it look real is all fake.
Okay.
Because it is not today we are seeing cheaper girls, we are seeing different packages or trying to. Okay, why is it that prior to elections we have insecurity, probably faked, some arranged their own kidnappers, say they've been kidnapped. At the end of the day, I'm not saying that there's no security challenge, but I'm saying that majority of them are all stage managed. At the end of the day, when few weeks to election, everywhere comes down.
Are you saying that the president is very okay with the stage managed of people dying?
The president is not happy. I am stating the mind of the party that I belong to.
So what is he doing about it?
What I'm also saying now is that Nigerians should stop glorifying and encouraging man's humanity to man because of political issues. Now, as we speak, there are military operations. You don't discuss political security challenges online, on the television or on the media. There are military operations, both foreign and local, in quotes, that are already on ground, finding to have intelligence gathering and smoke at those children out.
Are you speaking about the U.S. involvement?
I'm not going to say, you don't say out security challenges out in the public. But what I'm guaranteeing Nigerians and the world this evening is that as an EP6 chieftain, that the president of the country has already set up in motion how to recover those children in one piece. I make bold to say no one will go missing. We're not
stopping there. Let's look at the figure. Let's have those figure on the screen. Let's have the figure on the screen, because you say when it comes to close to elections, all of this drama begins to play out. If we have that graphic on the screen, the number of children that have been kidnapped, in the past 3 years, this is not up to 4 years yet, 3 years, of his administration is way, way more in just 3 years. Now, if you want to compare it to the previous administration, that was about 8 years, and you look at now, it's about 500 plus, right? Now, some of the achievements that was reeled out by this administration at 3 years, they stated that they have 14,000 plus, military operations. And out of the 14,000 plus, we have only 1,500 plus that was successful and rescue operations. Now, I'm asking a question. This is just beyond election season. This is just beyond political season. This is not happening. And so if you're telling me that, it is because of the election that this thing is happening, is it supposed to even happen in the first place? That's what I'm asking you. So what if the president is aware that people are trying to malign his integrity and position him to be the very inhumane president to the country? What is he doing about it as the commander-in-chief? Is he just sitting down to say, okay, I'm going to let them prove their points? Is that what he's doing?
is doing beyond that. Number one,
what is he doing?
This is a president that was able to sack, retire a general, and brought him back as a minister of defense. This is the president that had an IGP who refused to encourage state police, and he tactically removed the IGP and brought in IGP Disu, who believes in state policing. And as we speak, state police is already on gear. In Delta State, my boss, my leader, my governor has already started building a police command all over 25 LGAs to secure Delta State. And I want to tell every other governor to run with that as we speak, because in Delta, we believe the Renew Hope for More agenda. Now, having said so, this is a president who, in his own wisdom, has fortified, revamped, and rejigged the military setting of the Nigerian system. This is a president who has given the marching order. The military salary has been increased for their welfare.
100,000?
No, before now it was patry. Right now, this is just to a private, not to the senior military officer, please, and that's just basic. The other remuneration were not mentioned. So at the end of the day, a private soldier takes hundreds of thousands home. The 100,000 you had is the basic salary. Allow me do my answering. Allow me do my answering, because you ask questions, and please wait for the answers.
All right.
So having said so, the president is somebody. Now the state police, if you remember, the Amoteku and the rest, they are going to the forest. The most wanted bandit from the north was arrested 2 days ago in Delta State bush by our own local arrangement in Delta State. Now, if you look at it, so the requirement of state police shows that the president is very mindful of the security of the country, and every day so much is being spent. The French, the Americans, and what have you are coming into the country, in and out, to help us in these security issues. One thing you must know is that in securing a nation, you and I must see something and say something, because you cannot harbor criminals in your compound and you call the government names. That is why we're demolishing any building that's associated with banditry, kidnappers, and what have you. Every governors are taking to. Edo has started the lead, and Delta is also like you. If we see you do something like that and you pay for it, you landlord, your house will be demolished. Now, the president has taken a lead to tell every Nigerian that, look, I am securing this nation. And I told you one thing, that if I am the thief and I stole an item, and I'm joining you to look for the item, you will not see it. That's why you see that over 14,000 operations, 1,000 plus were successful. Why are the other ones failed? Why are the other ones so successful? It's because those that we are trying to identify more are part of the security in the country. I quote and unquote, politically motivated. So having said so, I'm not giving excuse for this, but nowhere, even in UK, there's a triple murder case that they're still looking for the killer till date. So what am I saying? Nowhere is security represented in the world. What we do, President Trump was shot in the White House. So if they can shoot a president in America, then we've not got to that stage yet. So we should also know that we are doing our best to ensure that Nigerian sovereignty is protected. You and I are protected. If the country is that bad as they paint it, I cannot drive from where I am for this interview. If you want to know whether security agents are working, commit a crime.
State?
Sorry?
Can you drive to Kogi State safely?
Yes, I did to Kogi State. In fact, I travel at road at times.
How many people can afford to travel without security? How many people can afford to travel?
I don't travel with security.
On that road.
I don't go with security.
How many people can afford to travel on that road?
I said I don't go with security. I'm using myself as an example.
You're speaking for yourself. How many Nigerians can afford to travel around Nigeria? There are people who
There are multiple people that goes, if you doubt me, maybe after the interview, let's take a walk to Taco, Jabi Park, and see those that live in Abuja, to the southwest, to the southeast, to the northeast, to the north central, everywhere, both night and day, they are migrating from one place to another. The community, the commuters are still moving the way they want to move. All these exaggeration are figment of emotions, of imaginations till date. Like what Peter Obi just said, that he may not survive, you may not survive till 2027. These are emotions. We're too gullible. We're too gullible to believe stories. They will bring in a video of last year, of 5 years ago that it just happening now.
Dr. Okay, Dr. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
I do not want to think that you're not in touch with reality.
I am a grassroots person.
How many times have you spoken to the people at the grassroots?
I am a grassroots mobilizer. I give empowerment to my people in my Afomolomo Municipal South. They know me. I'm in Delta State. They know us. We are in touch with the grassroots. I have 5.3 million members from Nigeria. That both the farmers, both the traders, both the commoners are my best friends today in Nigeria. So we are in touch with reality. I am telling you that you are in Gariki, Abuja. Please, I came with a vehicle. Come, let's go to Jabina. You will see the loading from all the parks, all the Ifesinachi, what's it called? Chisco and the rest. I traveled by night last month. In every part from Abuja to Edo, every kilometer you see soldier men on the road. Doing
what exactly?
Protecting the people.
Are they protecting people?
Yes, they are.
Things?
If they are not protecting people, you cannot see travelers all over the place. Like I told you, this is not Dream. This is not London. This is Abuja. Jabi is just a stone throw from here. Let's go. I will take you to and fro. You will see people that are traveling. So these sentiments they're creating, I agree to every house that has lost a soul in these challenges. Our condolences. I mean, they are so. It
doesn't look like you are sending condolences.
I'm telling you the truth.
It sounds more like you're trying to defend, and
I am
the
a
people
human
they have
being.
lost does not matter.
I just see. I said to every household that has lost a soul in these challenges, of course there is challenge, but the painting, the drawings, the analysis are usually overrated.
Can we have those figures on the screen, please?
Now, the figures you are giving to me, before you give me a figure, who counted them? Who counted them? These figures, who counted them? These figures are infiltrated. These figures are lies. These figures are all adulterated, and we cannot rely on these figures. Let them show me who counted them. What I'm telling you now is that this analysis are done by enemies of the state.
Dr. Okay, you are sitting here to say that you do not trust the figures, even when we have clear images of dead humans.
Who counted them? Who counted? When 10 people die, they say 2,000 people die. When 5 people die, they say 100 people die. Who is counting them?
Are you aware?
Where are they buried? That's what I see them.
Okay, are you aware that most times, if the media is to tell you how many people really lose their life, Nigerians will lose trust in the government.
It is not true. Aware? It is not true.
Are you aware?
It is not true. The media at times are bought over to paint the government bad, as if we are doing anything wrong.
No.
I make bold to say this evening, or rather today, that the presidents of this nation signed an oath to secure this country.
And is this securing the country?
Securing the country. Like I said, there are challenges which were attended to. But nobody should go and call this country an evil name. Because me, I don't have dual citizenship of any country. I am only a soul in Nigerian. I don't have British citizenship. I don't have American citizenship. Some of them that are doing all these things, they have dual citizenship. I don't want to mention like I told you, but we know those that are involved in trying to manipulate the Nigerian system, saying things that are not real. So people that were ministers before, now they are no longer in office, they are not saints overnight. So people that were governors before, they are no longer in office, they are not saints overnight. The truth is...
Have you been to Benue State?
Yes, I have been there.
Have you been to the communities where lives were lost?
The truth is that, hold on.
Have you? No, I'm just asking. Have you been to those communities where lives were lost?
This interview, how many hours it is?
I'm just asking.
Because you have not asked so many questions. We are still delving on one particular matter. Economy is there, health is there, other things are there, and the lies from Peter Obi is still there. I want to address here. That's why I came.
Okay.
Now.
So let's move.
Hold on.
2 minutes.
Nigerians. I am okay that when I leave the titles. What I'm saying is that we agree there are challenges, but you and I have a role to play in insecurity. See something, say something. Secondly, the president is on top of the situation to ensure you and I are safe. If we are not safe, I can't be here this evening. She can't be here in her office. Please give him the time to secure us better and far better. Thank you.
Well, the choice is on Nigerians to decide if he is able to secure them or not. But I still have lots of questions on insecurity, but we're going to move to the economy. And most importantly, specifically, I want to move to the fuel subsidy. Now, Nigerians were very excited although not at the beginning about fuel subsidy, but when we got to hear how much was, realized from the fuel subsidy, we were happy. But the question now is, what was it used for? Because we're still borrowing. Right now, we are in massive debts. So why are we still borrowing? And also, can you let Nigerians know what your president used the fuel subsidy generation for?
The president has said it on several times. Ask your governors, where's the money?
For subsidy?
Ask your local government chairman, where is the money? My governor, my boss will tell us,
okay,
there is so much money in Delta. That is why I have turned Delta State to a construction site. I have so much money in Delta. That is why I'm empowering the youths. There's so much money in Delta. That's why I'm empowering etc in the state. Now, in Delta, the governor owns up to say, he's the only governor in Nigeria that has said it in different fora that there is so much money in Nigeria, in the state, that thank God he migrated from the PDP to the EP6 to see the light. Now, all we are saying, we have seen the light. So the money from the crude oil subsidy removal is specifically removed to develop, one, to end the cartel, the stealing of our money. Two, to ensure that every local government has money for development, to ensure that the states have money for development. Now, the question we should ask ourselves is that, what are the governors doing with so much money, the oil windfall that they are getting in their respective states? Like I have said, my boss, my inspiration, the governor of Delta State, is doing well in Delta. I don't know about your Cross River State. What I'm saying is that,
what did he use? I just want you to tell me what he used the fuel subsidy money for.
I said he has given a bulk of it
in your state.
In my state. We've had massive infrastructure development. We have empowerment to the youths, to the women, manpower development. Our schools, we have 3 universities working in Delta State. We have every riverine area.
Is this different from the usual allocation for
It's different for the allocation because
so what did he now use the state's allocation for?
No, he increased the state allocations. Don't misunderstand it.
We'll go on a break now.
Instead of giving us $2 million, for example, he's not giving us $100 million. So it's massively times 10 or times 100 or we're getting.
We will come to
so
that,
every governor sit up, tell us what you use your money for.
We'll go on a very short break.
Well.
We'll go on a very short break, Dr. Okay, right about now. Don't go anywhere. It's still Road to 2027. All right, and welcome back. It's still Road to 2027, and my second guest is here. I have Honorable Suleiman Jojo Abubakar, Director General, PMT, which of course People's Movement for Tinubu. Yes. And it's almost like I am in the middle of 2 men who are trying to. No, I leave the middle. I stay by the side. Yeah, 2 men who are trying to let us know by fire by force that the candidacy of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is top notch. Now, before we went on that break and had to introduce our second guest, I was talking to Dr. Oke about the fuel subsidy. Now, we're still amassing debt, right? In fact, presently, we are owing in trillions. These are things that Nigerians were not expecting. Now, the fuel subsidy that was removed, I was asking him, what was it used for? And I still would want you to answer that question because I don't think that I'm convinced with the response. So I'd like to ask you, Honorable Suleiman, let me hear from you. We removed subsidy. Now, according to my numbers, it says that we're able to free up about $84 billion, which is over 10 trillion naira, right? And we said, okay, this money were given to the states, right, to better the state. Now, I'm asking of 2 different monies here. Fuel subsidy money that was given to the state versus the regular state allocation. What was the fuel subsidy money used for? And why are we not seeing it in the state?
First of all, thank you very much for having me here today. It's quite surprising that you say you're not seeing it. Most importantly, if you're talking about the state allocation, I will cite the northern states as an example. the gross internal generated revenues of most of the northern states are not enough for deep infrastructural developments. And as such, one of the very core essence why Mr. President deemed it fit to put this particular fuel subsidy in play, looking at the schematics of things around the economy of the country, is because of the deficit of infrastructure around the country. Like I said, northern Nigeria. I will cite my state as an example. Before the removal of subsidy and before the...
That's Niger State?
Yes, Niger State. Before the inception of our administration, there were no concrete infrastructural development within the state because the internal generated revenue of the state could not take care of the infrastructural deficit. One, and secondly, the state allocation that comes to the state only takes care of the salaries and the little here to there running of the government. Now, what this...
Does you mean the 10 billion naira?
No, the state allocation.
Okay, not the internal generated revenue.
The internal generated revenue and the allocation that goes to the state on a monthly basis can only be able to take care of the salaries and some other little activities within the state. But the removal of subsidy has done wonders. Today in Niger State, you will not go to Niger State and not feel the impact of the removal of subsidy because of the infrastructural development that is going round the clock within the state. And this is the result of the removal of subsidy that was done by Mr. President. So those money, I kept wondering why people will be asking where did the money go when there are evidential development going on across the country. Almost all the states in Nigeria are experiencing rapid growth when it comes to infrastructure. You name it. Is it Nasarawa? Is it Ogun, Oshun? You name it.
Is it Delta?
Is it Delta? All the governors are putting that particular resource into good play. So it kind of baffles when I hear people talk about it as though the money has just vanished into thin air.
Now, you see what is intriguing.
I will implore you to go to Niger State.
You see what is intriguing, right? The effectiveness of a leader is evidenced in the people, right? Whether at the top or at the state level, it's evidenced in the people.
It depends
now,
on what part
the
of
decisions that were made. Now you are saying it's in the state, but these are the same people who are complaining.
Which part of the people?
Who are complaining of what is the subsidy money used for? Why is it not reflecting in the economic, in the financial lives of the people? Why is this? Why is that? So how then are you now saying, oh, if you go to different states, but all people who complain are from different states as well?
Well, I need you to understand that there are different segments of this conversation, particularly. There is the political aspect and there is the reality aspect.
Don't tell me you want to tilt to his line where he talked about political gladiators. I hope so.
I want to believe no, this isn't politics.
Okay.
Well, there is no. First of all, let's distinguish this fact so it's not going to be like a stereotype kind of conversation. There is no successful person today on this earth that does not politicize one way or the other. What is even politics? Politics is a way of life.
That's it.
So Dangote today politicized within his own conglomerate. So talking about this isn't politics, this is reality. And if we're talking about the reality on ground, we need to be able to be sincere about it, irrespective of how we feel. All I'm saying is this particular money we're talking about is on ground. And when you look through the changes that has been there, what was this state before the inception of His Excellency President Tinubu into power? What was it now? you can be able to tell the difference. A very good example.
What is the difference?
The difference
And how does this difference affect the ordinary Nigerian out there? Because of course, I like how both of you talk about grassroots a lot, right?
Exactly.
And so if your candidate is going to say, oh, I deserve to come back, it means that you have been able to satisfy the grassroots level. Now, the big question now is this: do you think that the policy that the president has been making over since 2023, do you think that the grassroots, the man at the grassroots is satisfied? He has food to eat. He's very comfortable to say, okay, yes, this man has made me happy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Like, I want you to understand, and I want to be as honest as possible about this. It is not about satisfaction, it's about impact. Is Mr. President's policies making impact? Absolutely.
It's not about impact, it's about positive impact.
No, hold on. Now, there are stages to impact.
Okay.
Let me take us back a little bit so that we can reflect on what we're saying. What was the situation of the economy of the country before the inception of this administration? We all agree. In fact, all the contenders, is it Peter Obi? Is it Abubakar? They all agree that subsidy has to go if Nigeria.
No, we've left subsidy.
Hold on. I'm coming back to that. Now, why am I saying this? Is because when you take away a particular thing that is a comfort to anybody, there's going to be a process. And in that process, there is going to be a lot of ups and downs. But eventually, we will get to the destination. Okay.
I know that Dr. Oke has our time. I wish we had more time, but our time is very fast spent. So, but just want to touch finally, in the next 5 minutes before we wrap up, right? Dr. Oke, we'll split this 5 minutes between both of you.
Okay.
Now, you wanted to react to the video that we played earlier, where Peter Obi did say that the opposition, the ruling party, is tackling and manhandling the opposition.
Ask the question. Let's go.
That's okay. Breathe in and breathe out. I need you to breathe in and breathe out.
But he's right. Let's just go.
You're taking my time.
So tell me.
Now, when I say that the government of the day is frustrating me on everything, that what they are approving for others, they are denying me. That's Peter Obi, not me. That he may not, emotions, that he may not survive in 2027. If you go to the social media now, all the bloggers, everybody now saying they want to kill Peter Obi, weeping sentiments just to buy gullible people. Now, I ask them on net, what is the everything that the government has denied Peter Obi of, that he is not saying that he may not survive 2027? Exactly. The truth is that there is nothing the government is denying Peter Obi for. We dare him to say today, let him come on air. I've always engaged his voice. Let him come on air to say that he wants to import goods to the country and was denied right to import goods. Let him say that his company was sealed up for ETC. Let him say that.
But he mentioned his business.
Well, what is exactly in the thing? He said everything.
Anything he wants to
about
do.
We're not stupid. We're not foolish. Anything he wants. What is the thing? That thing. Peter Obi, say it. We're waiting for you. That this is what the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done to you to frustrate your business, that you are lying to Nigerians. Fear God, oh. Fear God.
But he didn't say
the problem I have.
He also mentioned all the opposition.
The problem I have with Peter Obi is
has bought that cheap dummy that the government is not for sitting Peter Obi.
And you believe that? Here with you.
Why is he? The question is why is he always playing the victim card?
The victim card.
Why?
Fear God, though.
As a politician, why do you want to always play the victim card?
In a country whereby government
just to have an acceptance from people.
You are mentioning when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to power, we had only 3 patches sum of $1 billion in our foreign reserve. Then we have about $50 billion in foreign reserve. When the government came into power, there was nothing happening. Production of everything was at zero level. We met an economy in coma. The man went to the theater, operated it from the coma, and now we are now bouncing. He didn't come for immediate applause. He came for a calculative system that has a futuristic term. He said, "Give me time. Give me time. You cannot." If you have a wrinkle in your face, Sorry?
Were you taking note of all of this while you were still in SDP?
I let this be over 3 years ago.
That's
so
about,
that brings
about
SDP
the same time when he became president.
Over 3 years ago,
how did you have time to...
I told you when he was saying Emilio Kon, I was not happy with him. But when I came into APC, I am a red person. I have I'm a public administration expert. I went into the books and I saw his blueprint,
Yes.
and I see that the guy saw the future from now. And he said, look, what do I do? Other president came and gave us cosmetic measures. When a woman has wrinkle in her face and she wears cosmetic all the time, the face will be getting worse. The morning when you see her, she's very ugly.
The real root of the problem is not taken care of.
So he came, he said, let me revamp, let me operate this skin and bring in a new, fresh skin, the renewed hope agenda. So that at the end of the day, these cosmetic issues to go, let the woman be beautiful, which is Nigeria now. So Nigeria now is now coming and glowing gradually. Now we have voice in the League of Nations. Now people are coming to the country and say that, look, come and invest in the country. In Delta, we'll have economic summit in August, where the whole world is gathering in Delta.
I love how passionate you are speaking about this, but I am still bothered, right? I am still bothered. Did you come into the APC because you got to understand his vision, or because you just felt like, oh, this is going to be the right place to be?
Oh, thank you for the question.
Because
thank you for the question. Don't go too far.
Are you sure it was because of that?
The smaller parties in this country, they don't know what they are doing.
Wow.
And they are always a problem of themselves. APC has no business with any small party. They should go and sort themselves out. Now, I joined the APC because I have a mentor, I have an inspiration, is Governor Sheriff Oborowori. When he moves, I move because I believe in him. And that is why I move. When I now joined him, and I said, on your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate. So right now, I joined and I studied, which, like I said, we didn't hold a meeting. I'm just meeting him now.
Yes.
And you see that we're like twin in talking to you.
Are you like a twin with him?
Yes, of course.
It's obvious.
And
you can't fake it. You can't fake it.
Additionally, doctor, right? I want you to understand something that there is a culture, there is a political culture that has long been going on in Nigeria. And that culture has been the divide and rule method. And in the process of the divide and rule, we just, the so-called, let me use that word, politicians.
Fake
politicians. We always want to meet up to the unnecessary demand of the people just to satisfy that particular
cosmetic measures, bros.
Cosmetic measures, like Dr. rightfully said.
Cosmetic.
And this time around, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, came into power with a different approach entirely, and those fake politicians are not happy about it.
Okay, I think we're I wish we had more time, but we don't. There are still certain areas that we're supposed to dissect.
Information, please.
Maybe we would have another month where we're going to look at the candidacy of
information.
President. We don't have time to give another
The president has restructured the country. You see the political zones. Who dared it? Only him.
That's okay. We don't have enough time to handle that. But what we're going to do is that we would have another time, maybe next month.
2 hours. Bring your people. Bring them home. 2. Me and Ro will be here. Bring them.
I would like to say something before you.
30 seconds.
Okay, no problem. Okay, this is a plea, right, to the Nigerian people.
I hope it's not to sell.
No, this is fact. At the end of the day, I'm a Nigerian. Don't forget that. We might have different beliefs, we might have different perspectives, we might have different view of achieving a particular result. But I want the Nigerian people to understand that His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has 100% interest of Nigerians at heart.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Honorable. Thank you. All right, let's run very quickly. Our time is very fast spent. I have just 20 seconds to be here. Now, let's run to our electoral word for today. If we can have that on the screen. Our electoral word for today very quickly, because it's very important that we bring that word to you. Now, it's called incumbency. An incumbent is a person who currently holds a public office in elections. Incumbency refers to the advantage or position enjoyed by someone already occupying an elected office while seeking another term. Incumbents often benefit from greater public visibility an established record in office, and stronger political structures. However, they are also subject to closer public scrutiny as voters assess their performance before deciding whether to renew their mandate. And so President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the incumbent right now. So maybe he might just enjoy the power of incumbency. That is it on Road to 2027. Thank you so much for joining us. I prepared a very nice closing, but I can't take that. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.